Hello everyone. Today we have with us Grandmaster Harsha Bharathakoti. Harsha is a dear friend, an amazing chess player, and also a part of the team at Webster. Welcome, Harsha. How are you doing today?
Hi, yeah, I'm doing good and thanks for inviting me.
Of course, the goal of such conversations is to speak more about sports psychology in chess and how that ties for coaches, chess players, parents, and also from, sports psychology professionals' lens. Okay, so let's get started. My first question to you. What does sports psychology mean to you?
So like I first heard about sports psychology in probably in like 2023,
Uh-huh.
like when I was doing I'm currently doing my undergrad in psychology right
Mm-hmm.
now. And when I took one of the courses and it's about like basically looking for careers in
Uh-huh.
psychology. So that's when I got to, come through this. And I
Yeah.
was pretty surprised because I had never heard about this before.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, okay, this sounds like very interesting. And in the beginning, I thought, okay, so this is something which is for maybe only for some athletes or
Mm.
like something like physical sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually great to know that, okay, it can be implemented in chess as well, like, how you are doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing that. So, in terms of like education and the word sports psychology, you came across that in 2023. But if you want to draw back from your experiences as a chess player, from that experiential lens, when did you first come across, or maybe psychology plays a little bit of a role in my life as a chess player?
Yeah, so I mean, like in this sense, like we can see that okay, chess is like mental game, right?
Yeah.
So it's completely related to like how we feel, like how we think and everything during the game, off the board and everything.
Yeah.
And and again, I didn't know much about psychology
Hmm.
before, like I choose to do my undergrad in this.
Yeah.
Uh, but before that, like when I was in India,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, it is important,
Yeah.
but I didn't know like in-depth
Yeah.
knowledge about it. But I was like, okay, it's a mental thing. Like it's important to know like how our mind works
Yeah.
and how we can control it or how we can change it
Hmm.
in terms of that. So yeah, psychology has always been in my mind.
Hmm.
Like, okay, it's like an important part,
Yeah.
but I got to know more about it as I was like, studying about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's speak about your undergraduate experience in studying psychology. How has that been, and how would you say that has informed your knowledge of psychology in chess even more?
So far it's really good.
Hmm.
Like it was kind of overwhelming in the beginning. Like I was thinking, okay, maybe it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Uh, but it was really helpful and it was really interesting as well. And
Hmm.
I think it helped me through some of my personal, things or like in my personal chess career.
Yeah.
So the journey is going, I mean, yeah, it's not easy. Of course, I think you must be knowing that well. But uh, it's definitely worth it, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Really nice what you've said. That the journey is hard, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Very similar to how our experience as chess players is as well. I mean, you are a grandmaster, you've played at, the highest level in chess. How would you say psychology has been evolving in your journey as a chess player? How would you say did your mind work in the beginning? How did you manage that? And how did you mature in that management over
Mm.
the time?
Yeah. So the first thing I want to say is I think it's so like every person has different experience, right? So a
Yeah,
different childhood, different emotions, everything.
yeah.
In my personal view, so like as I grew up in the beginning,
Mm-hmm,
mostly I just used to play chess, yeah.
mm-hmm.
And then if I win, I'm happy. If I lose, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
I'll come back and then again kind of, okay, I'll work on something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll try to work on my weaknesses, but I think what's happening is um I never kind of thought about my emotions.
Hmm.
So it's like I'm doing work, but I'm angry inside
Yeah.
that I lost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, playing games or whatever, like next time I should win or anything like that. But I think I mean, no, like it was difficult. Like I think no one understood at the time also, right?
Yeah.
So like no one taught me as well, like how to deal with those emotions.
Yeah.
So I was just dealing with the game, like, okay, I need to do this, do that. But I mean, I was struggling a lot, of course, in the beginning, and yeah, somehow I became grandmaster. Like, I mean, I was working hard, but like knowing what I know now
Mhm. Mhm.
and thinking back then, if I knew like what I made mistakes at that time, I
Mm.
didn't care about my inner feelings at all much.
Right.
It's like, okay, win, lose, work, more work, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. So uh, it's like if we lose, it's like okay, just get on with it, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, the psychology has taught me like okay, so it's actually really important to take care of our mental state, and it's not just saying, "Oh, just get over it."
Mm.
I think it's more than that. It's like a step-by-step thing which we have to do every day to kind of change ourselves
Right.
in that like in that kind of loop,
Mm.
like you win and then you lose, you feel fine, you feel frustrated, and then you feel fine,
Yeah.
and then suddenly if you lose again, and that it's like a cycle.
Mm.
We won't even realize it, but I think that just keeps happening, and then years will go by.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of like can be mentally harmful as well.
Mhm.
Like as we grow up with those habits,
Right.
uh, like once we I mean they say that like if you do something for 21 days it
Yeah.
kind of becomes a habit, right? So
Habit.
just
Yeah.
imagine doing thinking about the same things for years, and it's really hard to break.
Mhm.
And so if I think about when I lose, if I think say something negative about myself
Mm.
for so many years, and how hard it's going to like to break that.
Yeah.
And I think for that sports psychology is something which is definitely needed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Harsha, for such a detailed answer that brings about so many important things. I think, you hit upon the fact that earlier you didn't care so much about the emotions, not because you didn't know, you were just not aware that how they
yeah,
are, playing into your results. And oftentimes, sports players do that. It's like, if something's going wrong, if I'm losing, the remedy to that is just work harder on the skill and then go back. But
yeah,
oftentimes we don't work on the emotions that come along with it, and we carry that almost into the next experience. So looking back, you said that, okay, I would have done this differently, or I would have worked on my thoughts more. Yeah, that looks good. And then again, you also mentioned how the 21-day habit rule, right? That is so, so crucial in maybe the formation of thinking patterns in athletes, not just chess players. Sure, chess is more of that cognitive sport, mental sport. But in general, for athletes, when you think something similarly for over and over for a sustained amount of time, that's bound to stick with you. And that even might percolate into your other areas of life, which has actually nothing to do with chess. But again, you don't lead like separate lives. It's
yeah,
one life where there are parts of it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really important what you shared with us. Would you like to share an example where, from a tournament or a specific, incident that happened where you were experiencing some psychological obstacles and then maybe you worked through them consciously or unconsciously and that helped you perform better?
Hmm. So yeah, before I say that, I think yeah, like one of the points which you mentioned, I
Hmm.
think it's like part of life, right? Like we
Yeah.
cannot differentiate. So Yeah, I mean, I want to say this before, like, okay, some of the
Yeah,
examples,
yeah, yeah.
like probably which I saw or like which I overcame myself.
Uh-huh.
I think, yeah, one important thing to, I think, overcome these issues is to separate the things.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, chess life, personal life, another life or something. But I think usually what happens is as like during tournaments, like we play. I mean, for 5 hours a game
Yeah.
or like 4 hours a game, and then like double rounds in a
Mm-hmm.
day. Um, Mentally it can be like exhaustive,
Mm.
and so we add the chess frustration which we have to other parts of life, like in everything basically.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone does this. I
Oh,
did that
sure.
as well, and that's one important skill I think to learn to. Okay, that's different. Okay, it's like I did one of these things as well, which like sometimes if I play really bad,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't eat.
Mm.
Like I wouldn't eat because
Yeah.
I'm like very angry about my result.
Yeah.
But it's like, but eating and playing bad doesn't make sense at all. It's
Yeah.
completely two different things.
Yeah.
But I think we unconsciously just do that.
Yeah.
Like, I played so bad, I don't want to eat.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's two separate things, actually. Like, if you divide that, it doesn't make sense at all. Like, okay, you played bad, you improve next time, but you got to like be healthy,
Yeah.
do better stuff in, other parts as well. So that's one thing. I think we kind of attach everything. I mean, in this sense, like, I kind of like attach chess to everything,
Right.
you know? I mean, me personally, I think that's not good
Mm.
because that can affect my other parts of life as well.
Yeah.
Um, so example, like sometimes when I play some online tournaments, let's say, and then
Mm.
if I'm so close and then I don't win because it's online, right? It
Yeah.
happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay, I feel like that anger for some time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now I'm fine, like I leave it. But when I was like 18 or like 17, around that age, I wasn't right. Like I was like, okay, so close, and like,
Yeah.
okay, how can I lose this? And then sometimes that would affect my half day. I'll keep
Mm.
thinking about it, and then that would affect other parts of my life.
Yeah.
So realizing that, I
Mm.
think realizing, like the way we are thinking is one of the key things to solve, some of these issues. And especially during the game, um, yeah, there are a couple of scenarios. Sometimes I tell myself during tough situation
Mm-hmm.
that if I'm thinking negative, uh, I'll just say stop to
Yeah.
myself, kind of like just to like, I mean, those emotions will be going inside me, like, those like,
Mm-hmm.
what if I lose,
Yeah.
if I make a mistake or something. So I'll just stop,
Mm.
like you just kind of blank everything, take some time and kind of maybe take a walk, take a small walk, or like wash my face, or like
Right.
maybe one of the things which helped me was taking like 10 deep breaths, like
Mm.
just closing my eyes and thinking myself, okay, deep breaths, and then I feel better.
Mm.
And I think for everyone it's different. Probably
Yes.
for some people just walk or anything, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the most which I feel comfortable doing is like kind of closing my eyes
Yeah.
and like taking a couple of deep breaths, and then okay, let's come back to the game.
Yeah.
So that's one thing which helped me many times actually. And of course, there are many situations where I couldn't do it. Like, very tense situations. Even if I'm telling to calm down myself, it was just
Yeah.
very difficult. But I think if I keep doing it, like whenever I'm feeling like this, if I keep doing it, maybe at some point I won't even feel that,
Yeah.
that kind of pressure anymore. Like I'll get used to it, and then I feel like, oh, it's just fine, like
Yeah.
normal situation.
No,
Yeah,
that is some really crucial insights from a, top chess player's point of view that you have shared with us. Addressing the first part that you said, compartmentalizing is so important. Like you said, okay, this is a part of my life. This is not my life as a
yeah,
whole. And you're right, the example that you gave that, okay, if I lost, I wouldn't eat. And they in themselves have no relationship. And if you orient it like, okay, if this is a double round day, me not eating is actually going to make my next game also suffer because
yeah,
I'll have a less amount of energy. And we know how much energy we expend in a game of chess. People think that, okay, we are sitting and we're not really doing anything, but chess
yeah,
is extremely energy intensive.
yeah,
So considering that 100% right, that compartmentalizing, separating those things, very important. And then the tips and suggestions that you used for yourself, those are really great. So in sports psychology, we call that as thought stopping. When you say stop
yeah,
to yourself, but like you said, sometimes it didn't work. So oftentimes we recommend that, okay, if you're saying stop to your thoughts, great. That's the first step in doing that. But if you say something like stop, what do you do instead of that? So if you give your brain something to think about apart from that, that would be also very beneficial. So okay, I'm thinking about this right now. How about I focus my concentration again on this and I tend to all these thoughts later, something like that. And also about the breathing that you mentioned, physiology and psychology always play together. They are not in, isolation. So many times breathing actually gives a signal to your mind that, okay, now we are at a calm situation because in regular situations is where our breathing is the most normal, paced very regularly. So, those are some great examples and how sports psychology can be used in chess, especially. What are your thoughts on, if you were to go back in those moments and if you had the chance to apply these skills differently or with more knowledge, do you think that would have benefited you or what are your thoughts on that?
I think for sure. Like first of all, like if I uh like knew this back then,
Hmm.
I think my performance and my performance would have been much better, I feel, that's for
Mm,
sure. And my emotions, or like mindfulness, everything will be in my control
yeah,
instead of just losing it. So in that sense, I think it would have been much better.
yeah,
But at the same time, I was thinking that it's not that easy to like do that on our own.
definitely.
I think we can try. I think yeah, it's yeah, like but mostly I feel like taking help from someone who knows this
Hmm.
really well can be really helpful. I feel because
Yeah,
uh, I think this takes a lot of time,
yeah,
like to know all these things, right?
yeah,
So it could go wrong if we knew about it like half
yeah,
and then trying to somehow make it work. Like it's like therapy, huh? Like
yeah,
let's say if you're not like full-fledged into it and like just know some stuff and thought, oh, okay, we can do this maybe. It could go really wrong.
yeah,
So, but yeah, in general, I think if I knew like to staying calm or like to say positive things about myself more and like these small changes,
yeah.
yeah, these small changes would have made actually a very big impact, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, building upon that, you're 100% right that having that knowledge is definitely beneficial. Sure, when players try to manage it by themselves, the intent is definitely positive and clear. It's just having that knowledge and backing it up during your games just elevates your performance and makes you manage your own emotions, thoughts, behaviors in a much better and logical way almost.
yeah.
So, yeah, that is definitely a benefit of working with a sports psychology consultant. Adding to that, what are some common psychological challenges that you think chess players experience?
um I think there are a lot, but the ones which I could think of
Uh-huh.
is like probably like how can players manage their performance anxiety
Mm-hmm.
like before the tournament or like during a important match, let's say important
Yeah.
game. So yeah, that's one thing which I think is very common.
Mm-hmm.
I think like before the tournament, there is that pressure, like, okay, I want to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And, and like, okay, they prepare everything, do everything, according to the plan. Let's say they play the whole tournament well, and then there comes the ninth round or like eighth round, like that important match.
Yeah.
And I think for young players, there could be some anxiety, like, okay, what if I don't perform well, or like this is
Hmm.
an important match,
Yeah.
or anything like that. And another thing I think which I also kind of wanted to know because I
Sure.
couldn't do it when I was like probably like a long back. Even sometimes now I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Is like improving like concentration, yeah. Like
Yeah.
during the long period of the games, like how can I maintain that concentration for like very long time? Like
Yeah.
it feels like some players they are just like very focused throughout the whole game.
Mm.
Um, Me, I used to like kind of usually get easily distracted actually.
Mm.
Like during the games, I like if I look away or like sometimes I'll get some random thoughts in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I get songs actually in my
Yeah.
mind during playing. I'm like, oh my God, and I can't um get rid of it. It's
Yeah.
like the again, it's like the more I think about, not thinking about it, sometimes it just keeps coming back. And then I'll get songs in my mind. I'll watch like other games, like, and then I'll get distracted and then suddenly I'll realize, oh, okay, I need to think
Play
about my
chess.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, those are I think two important things. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think a sports psychologist could answer.
Okay, yes, definitely. Thanks for sharing that personal experience. First of all, this is making it so much better for even the viewers of this video because they understand that, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah,
Grandmaster such as Harsha is also doing this because I mean, let's be honest, all chess players at some point have definitely sung songs in their head during the
yeah,
game.
yeah, for
So,
sure. Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, coming back to the question, I think for concentration is essentially attention, where you are paying attention for a sustained amount of time. And in that attention is also the integration of the chess skill. So it's not just looking at something, but looking with the knowledge of chess in the background, tying it. There are multiple ways of looking this. For some people, managing their energy is very easy, which is why they can stay focused, like you said, throughout the game without feeling drained or feeling tired. And that's great for them. For some players, it actually might benefit if they have an on off switch on their attention. So, okay, I have thought about this. I'm feeling confident about what I have thought. For the next couple of minutes, I don't need to think about the game. So that is where you might allow your mind to wander away, but not so much that it's ruminating in the past, thinking too much about the future. There are ways to distract yourself while staying in the present moment. So there is some skills where we look at five things around you, feel four things around you. That could be the table, that could be the structure of the notebook or like the pen that you're writing with, etc. Hear three sounds that are going around you, or like smell two things that are there around you. What that does is you're not actively thinking about chess, but all these senses will always exist in the present moment. So you're distracting, but also not letting yourself wander away too much.
Mm,
That could be one way in which people manage. Another way could be, like you say, if I'm thinking about songs and I'm telling my mind to stop, but it is not going to stop.
yeah.
It's sometimes also accepting, saying that, okay, right now the song is really close to me in my face. So it might be here. How
Yeah.
about we put that in the context of things along with chess and say, okay, if you want to sing, sure, I'll enjoy that with you. But at the same time, it's important for me to focus on the game. So let us focus on the game first. And after I do that, let's sing the song together. So treating your mind almost as a friend can also be very beneficial. What are your thoughts?
That's very helpful. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to try this song thing actually in my next tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm great that you like that suggestion. But yeah, this is how sports psychology can be very beneficial. I think players often think that their minds are almost their enemies. They're like, okay, why is my mind thinking this way? Why is my mind giving me these thoughts? But if you actually start treating it as your friend, as someone you can trust and depend upon, that relationship with your mind becomes so healthy and conversational that it also benefits you in chess performance and life outside of that. Because let's be honest, is chess the only area where sports psychology can benefit? What do you think?
No, no, I think it will benefit in life, not just in sport, but
Yeah,
in broad way. It's
yeah,
more broader than chess. I
yeah.
mean, just sports. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, because performance, if you think, is anywhere in life. For example, if there's a presentation due in your college, practicing for that presentation, you also might feel nervous before going up on stage and talking. Well, you can use those sports psychology skills and transfer them there. Maybe it's the visualization that you do where you rehearse the whole thing in your mind and see yourself on that stage giving that interview or like
Yeah,
presentation. So yeah, that is also the benefit of that. But it's so multifaceted. It's very fascinating.
yeah, true.
Yeah. I have a question for you at your experience at Webster as a part of a chess team. So chess is largely an individual sport. How do you think aspects change from a psychological perspective when you're playing as a part of a team?
Yeah. Um, that's a good question. I think it could be there could be more pressure,
Hmm.
but at the same time less pressure. It's kind of like in the between, yeah.
Yeah,
So I would say more pressure because if you lose the game, it's not just you,
yeah.
like, but it could affect the whole team.
Hmm.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you think about in this way, like, okay, it's like, okay, my position is very complicated. Maybe I could mess up, or maybe, okay, I can make it a draw or something
Yeah,
like that. At the same time, you could think like, okay, I'll make it a draw, but my teammates can, they can like, win their games, and,
yeah,
our team will win. So I think it depends on like how we feel about it. And I think in general, when it comes to teams, it's important to have like good relation
yeah,
with the teammates. I think that's one of the most important things,
yeah.
like to have like a healthy team. Yeah. So
Hmm.
like if we know our teammates well, then I think it could be more easier, like, while playing in the tournament.
Yeah,
Like, like I can trust myself more, I can trust them as well.
yeah.
And the same thing goes to, others. Like, okay, they trust themselves, but at the same time, they can have trust on me as
Hmm.
well during the tournament. So I think that's really important. So yeah, I think these two things kind of, if like probably if the team is just by themselves,
Hmm.
then it could be more like there could be more pressure than
Hmm.
having fun, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think getting to know the teammates and, practicing with them,
Hmm.
knowing them more could give like confidence to us. And even during the tournament, it would be easy for us as well because we kind of like, okay, trust them as well. Like, okay, everyone is good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That team cohesion is super important, as you
Yeah.
said, the trust between, okay, I'm good enough to do my job and they are good to do their job.
Yeah.
And together as a team, we also, enjoy each other's company, feel good about the team as a whole, and that's how we perform well, you know. I think that's great. And also, as we are on the topic of that, the Webster team has qualified for the President's Cup. So all the
Yeah.
best for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. It is great, and it's also amazing how the collegiate sports culture here, especially even for chess, is so interesting. How was that cultural change for you here when you came from India?
Um, Well, I think when I was in India, I played team tournaments,
Uh-huh.
but it was most like national teams.
Yeah.
In general, I like team tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, chess is so individual sport, so alone sport that
Yeah.
sometimes it's fun to, be with people and, play with teams. Yeah. So, uh, I always like to play team tournaments. I always did fine,
Mm-hmm.
did better, good in team tournaments. So, I mean, I knew it
Mm-hmm.
because like I played in India, but here it's more competitive actually.
Yeah.
Because in India it was like national teams. It
Mm-hmm.
was important, but it was different, I would say.
Yeah.
But here it's like there are many universities,
Mm.
and like everyone is like serious players and like more into like I mean like a scholarship, so they
Yeah.
wanna like do better
Yeah.
here. So everyone like works a lot, team trainings and all these things. It's more competitive here, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think then a sports psychology consultant can benefit such a culture where there are a lot of things online for the team players?
It could be very helpful for
Mm-hmm.
sure, especially for team environment. I think it would be great
Mm-hmm.
because like let's say like a sports psychologist can kind of have an individual meeting with everyone
Yeah.
and then know their plus points, minus
Mm-hmm.
points, and everything, and kind of get a whole idea about where the team stands,
Yeah.
and then give an idea, like some intervention, like okay, 6 weeks plan,
Yeah.
like something like that, and then yeah, the whole team could get better for sure. It would be very helpful mentally as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly mentally because it's a like mind game. Yeah, so yeah, of course, um like yeah, each player they'll practice their chess,
Mm-hmm.
but I think sports psychologists can definitely help with their mental state,
Yeah.
like during the practice and especially during the tournaments.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's different. Like in game during the tournament, it requires
Yes.
different set of skills and that urgency where you only say talk for 5 minutes with the person and you get what you need. Whereas during training, you have time to actually build those skills, test them out in practice tournaments, and feel more confident about their actual
Yeah.
application. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And, as we come to the end of this conversation, I have one important question for you. For all those who are viewing, these could be chess players, parents, coaches, or just chess enthusiasts. What would you say is your recommendation or suggestion in terms of mindset training in chess?
Can you repeat that mindset? What?
Mindset training in chess.
Oh, mindset training. Okay, I never did that myself, so I'm not sure. But mindset training. Okay, if I could, I don't know if it's related or not,
Uh-huh.
but if I want to say something, I think for everyone who wants to like play chess or like get into chess or something like that,
Uh-huh.
I think meditation could be really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the training stuff because I don't have much like deeper knowledge
Sure.
like into the sports psychology and like how to like do that.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, before mind training, I think it's important to be in peace, mind
Mm.
peace. So
Yeah.
uh, I feel like meditation could be really helpful.
Yeah.
So I would say like, especially like for the kids, today's
Mm.
kids and everyone, um, yeah, who is so deep into chess,
Mm.
I would just spend 15 minutes in a day, like just doing meditation and trying to be teaching the kid to be in the present moment.
Yeah.
I think that could be really helpful.
Definitely. Meditation, present moment, awareness,
Yeah,
mindfulness, like all of those terms, definitely helpful. I think one thing that people often confuse meditation with is, okay, I have to think nothing for the next 15 minutes.
yeah,
But the key here is to actually observe your thoughts as they're flowing, to not stop and be okay with those thoughts flowing.
yeah,
So I think meditation training is very, very important, crucial part of sports psychology as well, and learning that can, like you said, a calm mind will be more open to learning more.
yeah,
So those are some great insights. But thank you so much, Harsha, for being a part of Tuesday Talks. You shared some wonderful insights, and I'm sure the viewers are going to benefit a lot from your perspectives.
yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, take care.